Hi, everyone, and welcome to Worth Following Weekly 5 minutes of mentoring on the skills and concepts of leadership to make you a leader who's worth following. I'm your host, lead consultant of Roots to Sky Consulting, Mark Legvold. Last week, we talked about the unique connection capabilities of the worm. And by looking closely at the noble earthworm, we can learn some valuable lessons about recognizing the importance and improving our abilities to influence in the workplace. Since then, did you notice anyone who has that ability to just connect with others and connect others? These are the unsung contributors who will build your culture through the relationships that need to be built. Face it, as a leader in your organization, you can't control certain things that keep your key contributors there. Things like pay and benefits, career progression, and work location are sometimes out of your control as a leader. You can influence them, but you can't change them. However, the impacts of employee turnover usually fall on you to manage and mitigate. Looking for ways you can improve workplace culture is one of the key benefits that can help. In fact, according to Harvard Business Review, workplace culture is the third biggest reason an employee will stay after pay and benefits and career progression. That brings us to another key lesson of the worm. We all know that worms are connectors. They burrow up and down, taking nutrients from the top layers of the soil to lower levels in the soil. But we don't really think of the long lasting after effects of that work. They leave these little tunnels everywhere they go. These do something magical in the soil. These tunnels actually add structure to the environment. They allow for the soil to be more stable and more healthy. Think about it. These burrows allow water to be absorbed 10% more effectively. So instead of a muddy mess when it storms, you get resilience and absorption. Wouldn't it be great if your organization was better able to withstand the storms that come? Encourage your worms. What are the skills you can work on in order to become more influential and increase resiliency and stability in your organization? Well, here's a few and some tips on putting them into practice. First off, avoid the naysayers, the negative Neils or the negative Nancys. Now, I'm not saying to be overly and toxically positive, but being honestly true about what's wrong and being positive about the direction ahead is a key skill to work on. Recognize any tendency you have to turn to negative and instead focus on the fix. If you're leading a team and they have that tendency, then learn to refocus efforts on building the work of the worm, not the mud. Speaking of mud, storms come and influential people recognize them and they adapt. Budget uncertainty, employee turnover, new and unfamiliar policies, and increased pressures in the workplace are normal. Your influential people are the ones who are able to unite others around it and move forward together. They build teams. Another key characteristic of worms that can help you become more influential is just to take the lead in culture. It's hard work burrowing through unfamiliar and uncomfortable situations, but the worms do the hard work burrowing through the soil and they make it easier in the long run. Did you know that plants' roots will actually follow wormholes? Worms are leaders. Influential workplace worms do the same. They keep conversations going through hard work, involve others who are normally quiet performers, getting their great ideas, engage others with well timed questions to inspire thought and actions. Even some steering statements like avoiding the yeah, but and replacing it with the yes, and can really make an impact and make you more influential. The last characteristic of worms that can really help you become more influential, focus on body language. Everything the worm does with its body helps it achieve its goals. Oh, and in fact, everything worms do are nonverbal. When was the last time you focused on your body language in a conversation, regardless of the size of the audience? Eyes, mouth, nose, head, shoulders, and hands. Even your lean from front to side can communicate volumes to the person or people you're trying to influence. So, as we move forward to become more influential, put just a moment into your daily routine and focus on engaging your secret influential nonverbals in your interactions. Combining the lessons of the worm can not only make you more influential as a leader, but can also encourage others to team up to make the culture where you work and live more positive, resilient, and stable. Roots to Sky Consulting can be a partner in your leadership and workplace culture journey. Find out how we can help at rootstoskyconsulting.com and contact us there. Next week on Worth Following Weekly, we'll delve a little bit more into the contributions of this secret superpower of nonverbal communication and its role in making you a leader who is worth following.